next one we're at is the toilet doesn't flush away everything. So I just took the lid off the toilet unit itself. It's not going to focus, but when I flushed it, the flush pipe I can see leaking onto the actual flexi pan connector. And if it'll focus, the flexi pan connector comes off the back of the toilet. You might not be able to see that, but then it runs uphill. I'd say a good 50 mil before it drops back down. Sorry, it's not focusing. Unfortunately, the front panel is one full piece and it's on these style pushing clips, so it doesn't slide up. So I'm gonna have to take the toilet out. Yes, just what I wanted. Just shut the water off now because I can't get to the isolation valve, can't even see the cold feed to the toilet. So we just shut the mains off. This toilet's only 2 months old. The installer can't get hold of. Towels are ready. I wonder if that'll give me enough. That toilet seat's stable. No. No. Fucking shite. Not only has it got clips on, it's got dowels in as well. I might have to redesign this front cover. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah, it's got these horrible clips. They're better when they just slide up and down, these panels. And dowels on. I'm going to definitely cut them off. And I might even take off the bottom clips because the toilet silicone to it should hold that steady. So in the future you'd only have to take off them 2 screws, which I think you can get to. Ideally they would have been better up here. Might even move them. See how much time we've got. Oh, looks like that's leaking too. Good. Good. That's what we want. That's definitely leaking as well. Love it. Can you see now? Actually, the pan connector doesn't look that bad. Is it running uphill? It is a bit, isn't it? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so that's where it wanted to be. It's just dropped back after taking that out. It's full of water. Lovely! Let's take a look at the soil pipe first. Now I know that the back of the toilet, toilet centre of the pan spigot is 7.5 inches. So that's our problem. Need to get this into that socket lower. Not even sure what that is. Under the floor. I've just pulled that from out of there. Looking down at that, it's an elbow. I was thinking of cutting this off flush across the floor with the multi-tool. That doesn't leave me much of a seal here. Let's see if I've got a different pan connector in the van, see if I can get that to work. So this is the end off the flexi pan connector. It does actually sit nicely in there. I'm just going to trim about half of this off, just so I've got some left to play with if I need to. I don't know, it doesn't work, but that should be enough to make it seal. Right, so that's that in there. Where is my tape measure? It's obviously 7.5 inches. You can see that is a lot higher now, so it's going to be falling downhill. As the saying goes, shit don't run downhill. Shut. That is not what the saying is. The saying is, shit don't run uphill. I think I'll just glue that back in there, just to keep it in position really. Silicone it in. Then we'll look at this flush pipe, see if it needs anything behind here to make it come off plumb and square. He did have a leak on that. I'm looking at that flush cone. Looks like it's been pressed to the bottom. It's probably been in the wrong place. Looking for the centre of the flush pipe here now. And that is 14 inches. Firstly, check out how it pushes up. Not very far. Put a mark on that so we know that that's where it needs to go into. What did he get that? 14 inches from finished floor. Well, as you can see, that's 13.5. No wonder it's been pressing down on the flush cone. So put a little level on this. That's bang on level now. 13.5. So that flush pipe wants shortening on that end. Before I shorten that, I know the toilet, this side of the flush pipe wants to go into the toilet 2 inches to the back of said toilet. So I'm going to make sure I've got enough length on this, because obviously he had it pulled up like that. I don't want it too short. There's enough on it to cut it off. So just cut 1/2 inch off that so it'll be the right height. Outlet height, I'm going to wrap this in PTFE just because it was clearly leaking before. So maybe this O-ring gear isn't that good. Flush going on, feels quite tight. I'm going to wrap some insulation tape around the back of there, just to stop it pushing back, even though it has got a lip on it. But belts and braces and all that, I've clear silicone that into there. Again, belts and braces. And hopefully be able to push the toilet back in and give it a try. Clean up all this crap down the toilet as best as I can. I hate it when installers leave shit. Let's go for a run on this. It's a bit shit, anyway. Oh, you heavy girl. Pan connector on. A bit more of a nice smooth fall into that now. I'm going to have to do some of this toilet seat. Push that out, I'm going to take it off and get it out of the way. If I can. Bloody hell. Get off. Nice. Centre. Right, so that's making its way in there. Just drop this in. I've not clipped it back fully because I can still just about get my hand down. I can't reach the pan connector obviously, but Still feel the push cone, so it did feel like it went fully home when I pushed it in. Get the water back on now, give it a test. The one thing I'm not going to be able to see is the actual flush pipe connection onto the bottom of the flush valve. Might have to shine my camera up there. Just gotta put your arm down and have a feel. Feels good, feels good. Now like stroking a good pipe. Wait, what? On the toilet seat there's a button, push in to lift it off in the open position. It's easier said than done, as you've seen. And that will gain you access to these two chrome covers, lift them off, tighten up in position they want to be, and put it back together again. So I've just got a silicone around the white at the top, clear around the bottom. And that should be flushing a lot better than it was before. Thanks for watching. This one being called out too is a leaking stop tap. I believe it's just the gland nut, but we'll see how hard it is to actually replace the stop tap. And take off that box. So it's exposed. We've exposed it now, and it is just a normal 15mm stop tap. This is a wooden floor, so hopefully there'll be enough movement when I've undone it to get the old one out and the new one in. But I've just got the customer now looking for the external stop tap so I can do the job. If not, we're repairing it because I don't have the squeezing clamps you can get to clamp these down. I also don't like using them when I have had to use them. We'll see. This is always the best bit now. Trying to find the outside stop tap. Good. I'm waiting for them to come and find the stop tap because I don't know if they will or not. I'm going to repair this one because I'm bored. So basically just undo the gland nut. I say just, sometimes they've been dogged up tight and they're all dog chewed. Undo the gland nut. About 8 turns of PTFE around the spindle, and you push it loosely and you push it back in. So 8 turns round, push it back in with the nut itself. You should be able to start a thread. Now you just nip it up, not too tight, otherwise you'll make it difficult for the customer to turn. Let's get your water back on. Once you've turned it back on, just nip it up again because it does loosen off, like you can see. And that is called repacking the gland. But we still might end up changing this tap yet. Alright, so this one is a revisit. The customer's going to try and find the outside stop tap. I can't stay here all day. I've been here an hour and a half already. Cheers, mate. So yeah, you'll probably see this one in another video, but for now, thanks for watching this video, guys. As usual, thank you for your continued support. Really does mean a lot. You're far too kind with your comments for this novice style YouTube content that goes out there. But thank you again, and catch you on the next one.